Sometimes all it takes is understanding just one person. Why would someone listen to you? Why would they change the course of their life just because of what you said? And most importantly, how can you make people do what you want without force, without fear, just using intelligence and psychology? Book Blink presents a powerful glimpse into how to make people do what you want. A summary that won't just change the way you think, but will upgrade your communication power to a whole new level. If you want people to take your words seriously, if you want your presence to be felt wherever you go, then this summary might just be your ultimate game changer. Watch the full video. Because the one who watches it till the end won't just learn how to understand people, they'll learn how to win hearts. Have you ever wondered, how do some people manage to convince others so easily, even with a basic idea or an average product? Why does a salesperson manage to close deals repeatedly? And why do some people get things done effortlessly? The answer lies in one word: persuasion, the art of influencing people. If you master this art, then understand this. You can achieve anything you want in life. But persuasion isn't just about talking. It's a science, an art, and a skill that can be learned. In this summary, we'll learn how to make people listen, agree, and take action without being forceful. What is the true power of persuasion? Persuasion isn't about throwing arguments. It's about gently touching the other person's mind in a way that makes them think, "This is exactly what I wanted." It includes your language, your approach, your personality, everything. Through this summary, you'll learn how to become a great persuader, what elements increase your impact, which inner weaknesses need improvement, and how to shape the external environment in your favor. In today's world, where everyone is skeptical, persuasion has become more of a strategic game than just an art. And that's the game this book by James Williams will teach you. Let's begin with a story. James Williams, a shy, quiet, and introverted boy in childhood. He would stand in the corner of the classroom watching other kids play and laugh, but he could never join in. But behind this shyness hid a burning passion: marketing. In college, he began studying marketing, where he got the first chance to bring his creative ideas to life. One day in a class project, he had to pitch Nike shoes in just 3 minutes. He had a brilliant idea, one that could have scored the highest in class. But when he presented it to his group, no one took it seriously. Eventually, another classmate's idea was chosen, just because he presented it with more confidence and charm. That day, James learned a powerful lesson. A great idea isn't enough. You must know how to sell it. The true definition of persuasion. Convincing people isn't easy, but it's not impossible either. Persuasion isn't just logic, it's about emotional connection. Is your message clear? Does it have a purpose? Can the other person feel it? Just like a car salesman doesn't only talk about features, but says, "This car isn't just a vehicle, it's the key to your freedom." Persuasion needs both character and charisma. That's when James realized he had the idea, but not the delivery. People hear what they want to feel. In the upcoming summary, you'll learn how to make this art a part of your life. And once you master this skill, then nothing is impossible to achieve. Now let's talk about the power of mindset, the one that can make your delivery truly impactful. Your words will only have power when your thinking itself becomes persuasive. To influence someone, words alone aren't enough. You need 3 major qualities, and all 3 are deeply connected to your mindset. First quality: confidence. Remember, no one is impressed by a person who is unsure about themselves. If you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone else? Confidence is the life force that breathes energy into your message, but it's not a magic pill. It's like a muscle that must be trained every day. Just like you can't stop exercising after achieving a fit body, you can't stop working on your confidence once you've gained it. It has to be maintained consistently. And most importantly, confidence doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. How you see yourself defines your thinking. If you keep telling yourself, "I can't do this," then you're right. But when you start saying, "I can do it," that's when real change begins. Remember James Williams' story? He had a brilliant idea, but no one believed in it. If at that moment he had told himself, "I believe in myself and I can make others believe too," maybe the outcome would have been different. Second quality, patience. Persuasion doesn't happen in an instant. It's a process of gradually building trust. No matter how right you are, if you become impatient, the other person will resist and you'll lose everything. Here's a simple example. Suppose you want a promotion. You've been your company's top performer for the past 10 months. You decide it's time to talk to your boss. Your boss says, "I'll think about it and get back to you in a week." Now, if you lose patience and start reminding them every 2 days, your desperation will damage your image. But if you give them the space to think, you'll come across as trustworthy, and maybe the boss will say, "You truly deserve this." Patience shows that you're in control, and that makes the other person internally accept your request. Third quality, sociability. Before persuading someone, it's essential to connect with them, a deep connection, not just through words, but through trust. That's what creates long-term influence. James Williams learned this the hard way. Once he offered a client a $50,000 deal, the best deal his company had ever proposed at that time. But the client rejected the offer and signed a contract with James' competitor instead. Years later, James discovered the real reason. That client is still with the same competitor because they play golf together every weekend. Think about it. An amazing offer lost, but a strong relationship won. That's when James realized, in business, it's not just numbers that matter, relationships do too. So, what's the lesson until you? Believe in yourself. Give others their time and space, and understand the value of relationships. Detection. Your persuasion will remain incomplete. But once you develop these 3 qualities within you, you won't just speak, you'll start connecting with hearts. Being able to talk to anyone. Talking to someone isn't just about exchanging words, it's an art. And the real magic of this art lies not just in what you say, but how you say it. You must have noticed, sometimes even a big idea fails to make an impact if it's said by someone who doesn't believe in it themselves. On the other hand, a simple sentence, if delivered with passion, belief, and confidence, can leave the listener mesmerized. In this chapter, we'll learn how to talk to anyone and connect with them through your words. 1. Start with confidence. Your attitude, body language, and tone of voice. They all give others a glimpse into your mindset. If you don't believe in your words, why should anyone else? For example, if a salesperson keeps saying, during a pitch, the listener will feel that they don't even understand it themselves. But when you speak boldly, clearly, and directly, the other person pays attention. They connect with you. 2. James Williams' 5 confidence-building steps. Practice these steps daily, and you'll become someone others want to listen to. Step 1. Preparation is key. Before any meeting, interview, or conversation, ask yourself, what do I want from this? A well-prepared person isn't afraid of questions. They impress with their answers. For example, in a job interview, if you've already researched the company, your confidence automatically doubles. Step 2. Stop putting yourself down. Have you ever wondered when you become your own biggest enemy? It's when you keep telling yourself, I'm not good enough. I won't be able to do it. Everyone else is better than me. Stop. The more negatively you see yourself, the weaker your confidence becomes. Step 3. Stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone is different. You're not better than anyone. And no one is better than you. You are you, and that's your strength. When you focus on your uniqueness, a natural confidence begins to grow within you. Step 4. Take care of yourself. Imagine how you haven't slept for 3 days, skipped meals, and your mind isn't fresh. In that state, how well will you perform standing on a stage? When you keep yourself physically and mentally healthy, your confidence naturally shines. Yoga, meditation, walks, they help defeat the enemies of your self-confidence. Step 5. Believe in yourself. Belief is the seed from which confidence grows. If you plant doubt in your mind, maybe I won't be able to do it. And that doubt will show in your voice, your walk, and even your eyes. But when you trust yourself, the world begins to trust you too. Bottom line, when you talk to someone, don't just talk. Give them a feeling, give them belief, give them energy. This chapter teaches us one thing. Talking is a weapon, and when you learn to use it the right way, you're not just heard, you're truly listened to. The art of body language that speaks louder than words. Have you ever seen someone walk into a room and instantly grab everyone's attention without saying a single word? That magic is nothing but the power of their body language. When you're talking, it's not just your words. It's how you carry yourself that creates impact. And this very thing decides whether people take you seriously or not. Body language. Even your silence speaks. According to research, about 58% of your communication is determined by your body language. Only 38% comes from what you say, which means your actions speak more than your words. Now think about this. If you're trying to convince someone but you're sitting slouched, avoiding eye contact, and have a dull facial expression, will your message have any real power? The impact of eye contact and facial expressions. Direct eye contact has strength. When you look someone in the eye while speaking, it builds a sense of trust. But if you keep looking away, you may come across as uncomfortable or insecure. A positive facial expression, a gentle smile, and relaxed eyebrows. These subtle cues can make your presence magnetic. Posture and hand gestures. Your silent power. Now picture two people. One is slouched in a chair, the other is standing tall, chest up, filled with confidence. Whose words would you listen to more attentively? Obviously, the one whose body language radiates self-belief. Your hand gestures also play a powerful role. When you use your hands to express your points, your words appear more energetic and passionate. And that passion keeps the listener engaged. Keeping your chest open and hands visible makes you look approachable, helping others feel more comfortable connecting with you. Don't just present yourself, learn to read others too. If you only work on your own body language but don't observe the other person's cues, you're already losing half the game. Watch their facial expressions, posture, eye movement, and gestures closely. It'll help you figure out when they're comfortable, when they're confused, or when they're getting bored of the conversation. Body language is not just something to show, it's something to understand. Why repetition changes everything. Practice makes perfect. You've probably heard this line countless times. So many times that it now sounds like a cliche, right? But think, why did it become so popular? Because it's not just a motivational phrase, it's a tested truth. Greatness equals talent plus repetition. Talent alone doesn't make you great. To become great, you must work hard repeatedly. Polish your weaknesses through consistent repetition. The thing that feels hard in the beginning slowly becomes easier, simply because you practiced and repeated it over and over. Practice is what transforms you from average to exceptional. The connection between influence and repetition. Now the question is repetition only for improving skills? When it comes to influencing people, repetition becomes a powerful tool there too. Think about it. You want to convince someone of something. You say it once, they ignore it. You say it a second time, they start to consider it. You say it a third time, now it starts to make an impact. That's the power of repetition. The story of Melissa and Mark. Now meet Melissa, who wanted her boyfriend Mark to start doing yoga. But Mark's reaction? Yoga? That's for girls. He refused every time, laughed it off, and avoided the topic. But Melissa didn't give up. She started casually talking about yoga's benefits, sometimes showing videos, sometimes inviting him to join while she practiced, and sometimes sharing how her sleep had improved. Slowly, Mark's resistance started to melt. And one day, without Melissa saying anything, he said, "Okay, I'll give it a try." He didn't agree immediately, but Melissa's soft, consistent repetition changed his mindset. Book Blink's takeaway. What's seen or heard repeatedly starts to feel familiar. What feels familiar becomes easier to trust. And that trust creates influence. Whether you want to motivate a friend to live healthier or get a client on board with your idea. One-time persuasion won't create magic. Saying it repeatedly in the right way will. The power of positivity that opens every door. There are many ways to get things done by others. Some people use fear while others apply pressure. But honestly, such tactics only work for a short time. Fear never wins hearts. And unless you win someone's heart, you can't influence them in the long run. A mother and her child, and the limits of fear. A mother is sitting in a cafe, busy on her phone. Her young child notices a dog sleeping under a nearby table. He quietly walks over, touches the dog, and plays with it. The mother calls him back. A few minutes later, he does it again and again. After the fourth time, the mother yells, "Enough! Don't move now, you're bothering me." The child gets scared, starts crying, and stays quiet for a while. But the moment the mother is busy on her phone again, he goes right back to the dog. Fear didn't stop him, it only delayed him. Fear gives short-term control, but it never brings long-term change. Positivity, a silent superpower. Now think, if you want people to take action, do you want them to do it out of fear or willingly? That's the difference positivity makes. 2 friends, 2 requests. 2 of your friends ask for help moving stuff from their house. The first one says, "Bro, after we're done, pizza party and movie night, guaranteed." The second one says, "I just had a breakup. I'm really broken. Can you help me, please?" Who would you rather help? Obviously, the first friend. Why? Because positivity attracts. We're naturally drawn to things that offer hope, joy, and lightness. Even brushing teeth can become a favorite task. Let's say you want your daughter to brush her teeth every night. If you force her or yell, she'll see it as a punishment. But if you say, "After brushing, we'll read a bedtime story together," suddenly the same task becomes a sweet moment. When you associate a task with a positive experience, it turns into a habit. Book blink. Takeaway. Fear or anger can create temporary compliance, but positivity creates inspiration. People do what makes them feel good. Add warmth, optimism, and care to your words and tone. That's when your influence becomes long-lasting. Book blink summary. Recap. Core of persuasion, a clear message and the right delivery. Persuasive mindset, confidence, patience, and genuine human connection, all developed through daily practice. Effective communication, positive mindset, preparation. Not comparing yourself to others, self-care, and self-belief. These are the roots of real communication. Body language matters. Your eye contact, hand gestures, and posture all influence how people respond to you. Repetition is key. Repeating a message creates impact over time. Familiarity builds trust, and trust builds persuasion. Power of positivity. Fear never truly works, but when you turn a task into a positive experience, people are ready to embrace it.